Hello everyone, welcome to Vishnu IS. My name is Vijay Kumar, Faculty of Geography and Environment. So in this particular video, we are going to come up with one contemporary aspect, that is COP26, which has happened in Glasgow in United Kingdom. Clear? So these kind of meetings at international level, these kind of conventions, conference of party meetings under UNFCCC, which means United Nations Framework on Convention on Climate Change, they are very important while you prepare for competitive examinations and exclusively exams which are conducted by UPSC. So we will go in detail what actually happened in that Glasgow in COP26 meeting, what each and every member country have discussed. We have total of 198 countries involved under UNFCCC. So what were the determinations which India has given? What promises India have took in that particular meeting? We will go and see. And introducing it with like biodiversity and environment, which is very important for you. In that these kind of COP meetings are important. And it is not necessary that COP, every meeting you have to remember. There are certain important COP meetings which you have to remember. I'll deal them in the last. I'll give you the list. And in that list, if you remember, that would be fine. Clear? So COP meetings under UNFCCC, Conference of Party meeting under UNFCCC, where every nation participates, they meet every year to discuss the issues related with climate change, like how we have to cut the carbon, how we have to rely ourselves on more renewable sources of energy, and how we have to shift to the electric vehicles, or how we have to protect our environment and how we have to protect our biodiversity. So every year they meet, they make up some plan, they keep up some targets, and making the targets to achieve what are the things which we have to do. That meeting happens in this particular COP meeting in under UNFCCC. So it was in news since a month before it has happened, after it has happened. So let's see the introduction. Actually, what is Conference of Party? So the Conference of Party, it was formed in 1994 under UNFCCC, and from 1995 they started meeting every year. If you see the UNFCCC main establishment which has happened, that happened under one particular perspective, that is to stabilize the greenhouse gases, to protect the Mother Earth from the climatic change which is present. Clear? So this particular Conference of Party in UNFCCC, it is the apex decision making authority under this particular UNFCCC, whereby it would be laying out certain responsibilities for the member nations. Like for example, what are the responsibilities, what are the frameworks they would be making is, one is they will formulate the measures. This Conference of Party meeting, which is the highest apex body, they will make certain frameworks, they will make certain protocols, they will make certain plans how to mitigate the climate. This is first role which would be included in this particular UNFCCC made by Conference of Parties. Second, cooperating in preparing for adaptation for the impact of climate change. For example, because of climate change, we have highest amount of impacts which are created, like say, like deterioration of biodiversity, sea level increase, glacier melting, glacier outbreak resulting into flood, flash flood, severity of cyclones. All these aspects which are present, they are the impacts of climate. So to adapt to such kind of changes, for example, coastal habitats would be damaged if there would be increase in sea level. So how to protect those coastal habitats from the sea level increase? So how to protect ourselves from the severities of cyclones? Those kind of adaptation measures would also be formulated by COP under UNFCCC. Apart from that, promoting education, training and awareness related to climate change. Earlier, before 1970s, no one was involved, no one has thought about climate changes except environmentalists, except certain NGOs, except certain geographers. But post 1970, when we have seen the impact, and exclusively from 1992, everyone started thinking about climate change, impacts of global warming and impacts of certain changes which are being brought. So since then itself, UNFCCC is just an outcome of Mother Earth Summit, which was happened in 1992, which we generally call it as Rio Summit, Mother Earth Summit, which happened in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So they have made up a plan. This UNFCCC was formed under that. And that conference name is United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. That is the point of junction where environment and development both had integrated, whereby a new thought process evolved across the world called as sustainable development. That is the root cause of sustainable development. So down the line 20 years in 2012 in the COP meeting itself, they have declared certain sustainable development goals, 17 in number. You know what are the sustainable development goals? Like no poverty, zero hunger, protecting the environment, life underwater, life above, life on land. So these of group sustainable development goals are being declared in Rio Plus 20 summit itself. So that is the major role of this conference of party meeting. Clear? So if you see, what are the key points which you have to remember? Key points. There are certain 4 goals which they took in conference of party meeting 26, which happened in United Kingdom. Goal number 1 is net zero by 2050. It is urged that every member party who is a member of this UNFCCC, they have to cut down the carbon emissions to net zero. What do you mean by net zero? The amount of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere should be less when compared to the carbon which we would be taking through carbon sequestration. So the amount of carbon we are trapping should be more than the release. That will give us net zero carbon emissions. That is the major goal of this particular COP26 meeting. Very, very important. By that, the global warming, which is being 1.5 degrees centigrade as of now on an average, that would be stabilized if we would be having net zero greenhouse gas emission. So that is the first target which we have under COP26. Then adapt to protect communities and natural habitats. Like all the communities, all the species, including human, lion, tiger, animals, clear dinosaurs, reptiles, fishes, planktons, algae, bacteria, mosses, lichens, every community should be protected. And every natural habitat, forest, land, ecosystem, Himalayas, deltas, estuaries, wetlands, mangrove ecosystems, everything has to be protected. This is the second goal which we have. Third one is mobilize the finance. Generally, to protect this climate, to protect this environment, we have a funding called as Global Environmental Facility. But that is not sufficient to manage all the climatic change activities. So later on they have brought up with Green Climate Fund. But as of now, it is not yet sufficient. So we have to mobilize the resources to protect this particular environment, which is very, very important. That is the third goal which we are having. The fourth one is we have to work together with partnership goals. It's not like USA, you are responsible for climate change, you should mitigate climate change, we will just watch. We are not having any role. India did not do any global warming. India did not release carbon emissions. India is not an industrialized nation. So why we have to contribute towards this? These things are not there. Every country, every nation, they have to work together to reach the goal of reducing the climate change and the impact of global warming. These are the 4 key points, key agenda points, which are included in this particular COP26 meeting. Now we will see अपने अच्छे दिन भाई क्या promise किया था, like. So Prime Minister went there and he has अच्छे comment दिए थे अच्छे दिन के लिए. And these particular 5 promises, rather than I say pledges, which Mr. Narendra Modi has given is, he has promised that India will increase its non-fossil energy capacity to 500 gigawatt by 2030. So that is nothing but 40% of the total energy which we are consuming that would be from renewable resources. Right now it is somewhere at positioned at 36, 37, 38 range. It will reach up to 40%. This is the first promise made by Mr. Prime Minister. Second one is India will meet its 50% of energy requirements from renewable energy by 2030. So generally it has been varied that earlier the promise was 40%, like during the UNFCCC commitment and under Paris Climate Summit. But as Modi is very confident that he is going to win the election in 2024, so he has given a commitment that it is not 40%, rather we will make it to 50%. So this is one of the best things which we can do, up to 50%. Third commitment is India will reduce the total projected carbon emissions by 1 billion tons from now to 2030, according to the base level of 2005. Fourth is by 2030, India will reduce the carbon intensity of economy by 45%. Earlier we had the target of 35% according to the Kyoto Protocol, but now they have increased up to 45%. So Modi, as you know, he is very well giving promises and giving pledges. So he has increased everything which was there earlier related with Kyoto Protocol. And by 2070, India will achieve the target of net zero. Actually, goal was to make it net zero by 2050, but it has been increased up to 2070. Clear? So what is net zero? Already I have discussed the amount of greenhouse gases which we are releasing into the atmosphere. That should be less when compared to the carbon which we are, like carbon sequestration which is happening. That should be more when compared to the carbon which is released into the atmosphere. And the top pledges given by different nations, like if you see China, Beijing announced no new pledges on Monday. It previously pledged net zero by 2060, and already they have pledged much since 2019. बहुत हो गया, COVID-19 भी pledge किए थे. So first they have to check, and then they have to check about this all climatic activities. But only one statement given by China, it previously pledged net zero by 2060. And the big brother US touted domestic legislation to spend $555 billion to boost renewable power to the electric vehicles. It has pledged net zero by 2050 directly. So India, the country's economy will become carbon neutral by 2070. So these were the pledges and the commitments which were taken up by them under UNFCCC, which is non-binding. Actually, there would be certain targets under Annex 1, Annex 2, Annex B, non-annexure countries, LDCs. So once if you go through the Kyoto Protocol in UNFCCC, you will find all this. Which countries would be having the binding and which are non-binding, which is just voluntary. So once you go through the Kyoto Protocol, you will come across with that. So what are the major suggestions which we can give to India, like to achieve all the targets? So achieve to karenge, like, but what targets, what are the things which India should do? First, update its nationally determined contributions. What is nationally determined contributions is, it is the various efforts taken by each country to reduce the entire national emissions. So we have to update it very immediately so that we would be knowing how much emissions are happening, from where emissions are happening, so that with that assessment, we can easily reach the goal by 2070 at least. So sector by sector plans are needed to bring about development, like we have various sectors: agriculture, industrial sector, service sector, manufacturing sector, clear, agro industries. Every sector has to be divided and every sector has to be given up with certain key aspects, like these are the things which you have to participate so that you will be reaching the goal of achieving the targets. Decarbonization of electricity, transportation sector, and starting to look at carbon per passenger mile. So you have to understand a concept called as carbon footprint. So then only you can understand, like, per person, per passenger mile, how much carbon we are actually making it enter into the atmosphere. So if you read the concept of carbon footprint, you will understand. This you can find in any of the content books which you have. Aggressively figure out how the transition, how we have to transit from the coal sector. Right now, the pledge which Modi has took, that renewable resources of energy would be increased. It is not like completely alleviating coal, deleting coal from our life, rather making less pressure on them and also following alternatives like renewable sources of energy. This is one. These are certain suggestions which India have to practice to reach the goal, efforts to become a green economy. And these are certain list of COP meetings which you on and often has to see. The first COP meeting happened in Berlin, Germany, clear, where actually this conference of party meetings under UNFCCC started. The COP3 meeting which happened in Kyoto, Japan, where we had Kyoto Protocol, which ensures that reduction of carbon emissions and greenhouse gases which are present, they have to be reduced. Then New Delhi COP8 meeting in 2002, which we call it as Delhi Declaration. Once go through it. And 2007 COP13 meeting happened in Bali, Indonesia. This is the place where revival of finance mechanism by Global Environmental Facility has been started. Post this itself, we had the actual establishment of Global Climate Fund. Then COP16 Cancun, here itself we had that Global Climate Fund which is present, that got originated. Then 2011 COP17 meeting Durban, which we call it as Durban Declaration. Post this Durban Declaration, in COP18 itself we had that Global Climate Fund which got actually established. And COP21 meeting, which is very, very important, which happened in 2015, where we had Paris Climate Summit. This is very, very important for the aspirants who are preparing for this year, next year and that next year. Since like the 4-5 years down the line, the Paris Climate Summit becomes very, very important for you. And the recent one, COP26, what are the determinations which were present in COP26? Already I have said, if you are writing in 2022, then also see COP27. If you are writing in 2023, then COP28, clear? So in this way, the contemporary COP meetings, the significant COP meetings have to be compensated for sure, clear? So this was the contemporary issue of COP26 meeting which had happened. And we will be coming up with such videos for you, which will train your knowledge and will make your knowledge very perfect. So thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day. Jai Hind.
Welcome to Vishnu IAS Academy. We are excited to announce the launch of our new courses. Contact us for registrations and counseling. Hard work never fails. Keep learning.